You're watching Soul Seekers TV. I'm Patricia Wolfson.
And I'm Linda Krause-Barnett.
And we are so excited to have you here with us for this week's episode.
We just got on the road. We went to my dad's cemetery and said hello and brought great energy with us.
Okay, hold on. There's more coming. The car coming on the left. Just so
How do you know?
Because I saw it.
Okay, so since we've been in since we've been in the car, we've seen. We saw
Maybell.
who?
Maybell. She's
That's
7.
so
7,
cool.
7, 7, 7, 7.
So we saw 7777. We saw 444. We saw 888.
But we saw 74,
74, 74.
Which is the year of our birth, for, you know.
I was born in 75.
Oh, that's the year of my birth. Oh, that's right, because you were February.
That's right. Yeah. We're the same age. Anyways, we're having all these spiritual conversations, and every license plate
It's like confirmation. People think we're gonna. Oh, first of all,
we don't know what people think.
well, no, I was
3388.
We today are going to talk to Christina Salavec, who is an energy healer. She works with sound, she works with plant medicine. She's a very cool chick.
She really is. And actually, the first time that I had the opportunity to meet Christina was through the Long Island Healing Arts Center, which is my local crystal shop. We all need one. And she was doing a cacao ceremony. And I was like, what is a cacao ceremony? And I was like, wait, chocolate, you drink it, and then you set intentions? That sounds like right up my alley. And I went, and it was a really spiritual and magical experience. And then you got to experience it in person.
I'm completely hooked. I loved the ritual of it. I loved that it was sacred and ancient, and you're connecting with Earth and kind of drinking her in. I loved all those aspects to it. And I loved the concept of setting an intention before you kind of ingest something. And so that was pretty fantastic.
And she also, does the bowls and sound healing. And for me, I'm someone, and I don't know if there's somebody, I'm sure, and I know you're like this too in some aspects, that maybe you're not the type of person that can just meditate easily or empty your mind. But when you expose yourself to sound healing, much like we did in the cacao ceremony and in our workshop, also through the cacao ceremony and other workshops that we did, it was the only time where I really felt myself being fully present with myself and my mind clearing to just focus on the sounds.
That is so true. I think first of all, it's a very beautiful sound. So just paying attention to the beauty of the sound turns your mind off so that you're really more feeling and being than listening to all the dialogue in your head.
Absolutely.
So,
and the bowls she has, do you know what they, did you guys...
Yeah, we talked about it. So they're called Tibetan singing bowls.
That's what I thought.
She
Okay.
did not have, when we heard it, there were no crystal bowls, although I
Right.
know that that's a completely different sound. So it's like a musical instrument, right? Different mediums, different materials resonate different sounds and outputs.
But I really liked those Tibetan bowls.
And the strumming on the outside. I know. It's pretty fantastic. So we hope that these sounds and the ceremony and everything that we show you on this episode resonates, and that you find
Literally, it's musical.
drum roll, please. And we hope that you enjoy the episode.
What does soul seeking mean to you?
So soul as an acronym, SOUL, star, origin, unified light. Feel it? So I am continually seeking my star origins unified light expressing here in the physical world on earth. Oh my gosh. it's interesting. So seeking to be in that alignment, seeking to be in that expression, and after the seeking, and it's like, wow, an acronym for seeking: sovereign, embodiment, exalted, knowing, inspire, next, guidance. Because when we're seeking it, it feels like there's a lack, right? The word, and I totally honor where you all went with this. I get it. And I'm like, but what if it's that we're going for the next guidance inside us, right? It even could be inside next guidance. Ooh.
I like that.
I'm gonna have to re-listen when your show comes out to what the heck just came through.
Hi, welcome Soul Seekers. I am so excited today. I am here with Christina Salavec, and we are going to share some mind-blowing information with you. So what I'd love to do is start off with you telling everyone who you are, what you do, and we'll intro that way so that we can get into some of the great things we've done together.
Thank you, Linda.
Yes.
So my name is Christina. I am born and raised in Long Island, New York. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm an energy healer. I work with plant medicines for healing purposes, for healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and for expanding consciousness. I guide meditations. I do sound healing therapy with ancient Tibetan singing bowls, which is a form of ancient healing. And I got into all of this.
That's always the best part of the story, is how do we get to
Let's
where
see.
we are?
Let me like speed up the process because this is a long story. But basically, I suffered from severe anxiety and depression most of my life. Definitely in my teens, early 20s into college, where it got really bad. And for the first time, I sought out yoga. I remember my first Bikram class. It was a Bikram class. It was my first yoga experience. And from there, I started talking closely with the teachers who taught, and they gave me some meditation tapes, and I kind of developed my own yoga and meditation practice to deal with some really dark stuff. So I ended up quitting several jobs and traveling to Guatemala, where I studied at a metaphysical school, and I was there for about a month and a half, like really secluded in this small little town, studying energy healing, studying dreams, studying meditation, the Kabbalah, numerology, all these like metaphysical things. So it was 7 days of fasting and silence, and incorporated in that silence is not communicating, not reading, not writing, not singing, just like really being with that silence internally, and all that arises in that. It's just like transforming. So I left that month and a half experience like
A new person.
there's something here. Like, yeah, a new person. Like, there's really something here. And for me, coming from an experience of, living depressed for most of my life to now feeling like so alive and so blessed, I want to share that. And then my journey became, how do I share that?
For always and forever, she will hold a special place in my heart for introducing me to two things. Number one was plant medicine, because we did a cacao ceremony that I'm going to have her tell us a little bit about, which I am hooked. Forever will be performing cacao ceremonies. The other thing that was incredible for me is I had listened to sound healing before on headphones, and I've used it as meditation purposes to kind of quiet my mind, but I hadn't really had it in person. And let me tell you, there were moments where you were walking around the room and you were closer to me, and just the different tonalities that you had. And it took me somewhere else. Like it resonated and I could feel the music coursing through my cells. So tell me how you got into that, and tell me a little bit about how it could be applied and used every day for people.
Yeah, so this just sitting here and listening to you like fills me with so
I
much
love that.
joy because this is my passion, and it was like my not my quiet passion, but my passion that I didn't really connect with others about for a very long time. So just
now it's
being
just kind of
able
coming
to
out?
like just seeing it everywhere in my life, and it's just such a blessing.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Harmonic sound works with the brainwave state, so it brings you from your alpha
To
waking,
theta.
you know, through beta, theta, delta. So your mind has an opportunity to shut down, and your body has an opportunity to heal. So you feel sometimes after being in a sound healing experience that like after you kind of lose track of space and time because you're kind of like between those realms, but you feel as if you've just gotten like a full night's rest because your body is having the opportunity to heal. It might be even more restful than a night's sleep where you're not, you know, fully in your REM. So it's really healing in that sense. And also energetically, it's working with the energetic meridian system. So the same philosophy as acupuncture is what we're tapping into when we work with sound vibration is your chakra system and your energy nadis. So it's the idea is this energy is flowing through every cell, tissue, muscle, organ in your body, and it's delivering your life force, your pranic energy. And it gets stuck and stagnant in areas, and when it gets stuck and it stops flowing, it can manifest as physical pain.
Yeah, they're blocks, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you hear them referred to as blocks, or you know, physical, mental, emotional pain and trauma. So the vibration is moving that energy so that it's moving in a harmonious alignment with the divine. So anything that is stuck and stagnant starts flowing again. So the body is healing itself. So it's very healing. It also will bring up sometimes some different experiences. Sometimes it's not very relaxing. Sometimes it's, you know, you start crying or you feel like you're on the verge of tears or you're having memories or flashbacks or visions, because all of these things are stored in our cellular memory. So when things starts moving, it starts being activated, being brought to the surface to your conscious awareness. So you're having that awareness of it, but that's the gift of healing. That's the shamanic philosophy, is that in order for anything to be healed and moved and brought to light, it has to be sat with, it has to be dealt with, it has to be felt. You know, I tend to get really nerdy about it because it's my passion, but a lot of people don't even have anything near those experiences, and they just feel relaxed, and they feel like they had an opportunity. Like, people will tell me that there was just nothing in the mind. And for people
That might be
have like 40 minutes where there's nothing in the mind, like that is everything. You know, it doesn't have to be so philosophical and mystical. It could just be like an opportunity to reset. The journey of me working with sound and working with my bowls and my bells and my chimes has been such a gift as like the experiencer, because it has evolved so much. And yes, like you said, you hit the outside and that creates a tone and a sound, and then rimming it also has a different sound, and the speed in which you rim it has like a different sound and a vibration and an energy. So it all creates like this energetic experience. But back to the first time that I heard the ding, I was like, whoa.
What is that sound?
Like, I felt it in my core. And I was like, so like that's that resonance that you're talking about. Like, not everybody resonates with that, and that's fine,
And
because
that's
they have
okay.
a different path.
Right.
But like that was that deep resonance, and I was like, hello.
Hello,
What is
Bose.
what is that about? With the sound healing, it's the journey of surrendering to the music and to spirit, and not trying to create a certain tone or a certain experience, and really letting the energy of the space guide me, has been a beautiful experience for me as
And I love that because that's so much of what this journey has been about for Trish and I, has been about being guided by your energy,
Yeah.
you know, and where does that take you, and how open are you, and how much can you get out of the way of your own mind to know what that actually feels like, and to not be afraid to follow. I think those are super important concepts when you're soul seeking, is because that's really your soul talking, right? The energy of your heart and your soul. And sometimes we confuse the thoughts in our mind with direction. And and it is right sometimes, but it's not right all the time.
We are our own teachers. We are our own gurus. Like, there is nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already have the answers to deep within you. The question is, do you have a means of retrieving that wisdom? Do you have access to it? So the cacao is a really beautiful medicine. One of the many plant medicines that I work with for healing, detoxing, evolving consciousness, just becoming more in tune with that intuition when you were talking about, like, not knowing whether to go down a certain route, or just so making sure that the decisions that you make are in alignment with your highest and your best good. It is used traditionally in a sacred setting for ceremonies, for rituals, for celebrations, for bringing the community together to be, to talk, to hear each other, to support each other, to be a community.
It feels like such a pause, you
Yeah.
know, from the speed.
And they refer to it as the medicine of the gods and the ancient medicine of the heart. And the reason why it's that heart medicine is because it releases neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. So those feel-good hormones, so it makes you feel kind of like bliss, kind of opens up your heart. It's a natural anti-anxiety, anti-depression. But I think that that is one of the beautiful teachings that cacao and other plants give us, is this ability to tap into the energy, like you were saying, like, you know, not just feeling like your heart is racing, but feeling like it's moving through your cells, because that's actually happening. We're just usually so turned off to it. And we're picking up on energy signatures that people are holding in their thoughts, in their emotions, in their vibrations. You know, we carry energy and we pick that up from people, and it affects us. And, you know, when are not conscious that it's affecting us, it gets really confusing, and it can really, you know, start to build up in toxic ways. But when we're conscious that that's what we're doing, we let the energy continue to flow. And if it's continuing to flow, then we're always in alignment because we're always present. You can use it for dancing, you can use it for drawing, you can use it for anything artistic, creative, music. You can use it if you're going to work, whatever you do. It's going to support you to be less in the mental space and more in the heart space. So what you're doing is inspired, you know, it's
intuitive.
Yeah. It's coming from a space of seeing the bigger picture.
If you have any questions, if you're interested in cacao ceremonies, if you're interested in sound healing, this is a great place to start. Christina's a great resource for you. So how can everybody reach you if they're watching and they feel like this is the place they want to start? So please reach out, find her through soulseekerstv.com, which is our website. I've been so blessed to have her in my life. When we met, we kind of recognized that this is probably not the first time we've met, and we feel very connected to each other. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Thank you so much.
Yay! I love you.
we've been seeing these numbers, and specifically 888 is abundance, or 88, like doubles and or triples of 8 are abundance. 44 is apparently the goddess number, according to what we learned at the Healing Arts Center. And 3333 has always been significant, but 555 is transformation. So, like, we literally were like, here's your number,
Here's your sign.
here's your sign, here's abundance on its way. 777. So 44 is special to us because we're both 44
That
this year.
license plate is 33.
And then the car in front of us is 44.
55.
So, I mean, if you're someone who looks out for spiritual numbers or angels communicating with you, I mean, literally, you could look up any number on the face of the planet, any combination, like 342, and look it up, and somebody's got the angel number meaning for it, right? But there's certain numbers that are significant, and for you, you may have your own numbers that are significant. Like Maru, our friend, 823 is significant for her, so every time that shows up, that's her soulmate. But this year specifically, when I turned 44, I started seeing 44 everywhere, and I took that as sort of my sign that, like, there's something special about this year. There's something significant about my age 44 and about, like, the number 44.
9922. There's no way all these people have doubles on their license plate.
It's so funny.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Soul Seekers TV.
Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe to Soul Seekers TV YouTube channel.
Yes, and share it and follow us on Instagram. And if you want more information about us or about the show or any resources, where should they check us out?
You should check us out at soulseekerstv.com.
We hope to see you next week.